Welcome to Focal Point News, your source for campus news, breaking headlines, and in-depth stories that matter. Coming up on Focal Point.
The MSU community plans to come together just hours before the anniversary of a deadly shooting.
I can't believe this happened on campus, a place that I consider to be safe.
Coming up, we're going to take a look at students who have to relive that awful day.
Find out the story of this billboard behind me, which some community members are using to speak up.
Coming up on Focal Point, a way that our campus promotes sustainability.
From the heart of Michigan State University, Focal Point starts right now.
Thanks for joining us tonight on Focal Point News. I'm Micaiah Lawrence.
And I'm Amy Cho. It's Thursday, February 12th, and MSU was founded 171 years ago today as the nation's pioneer land-grant institution.
But first, tomorrow, MSU students are preparing to look back on a horrible, more somber day in history. 3 years since the February 13th campus shooting.
3 students, Ariel Anderson, Brian Frazier, and Alexandria Verner, died, and 5 more were injured. Focal Point reporter Layla Ellington is standing by live at the Spartan statue ahead of the 3rd anniversary of the attack. Layla, what's the mood on campus tonight?
Thanks, Amy and Micaiah. We are here today at the Spartan statue. Students have already been placing flowers on the statue to honor the lives that have been lost in this tragedy. Flowers have been placed here for the lives of this tragedy. MSU has been offering support throughout it. Take a look at this package to see how MSU is reflecting on this day. The Sound Beaumont Tower has marked moments at Michigan State for generations. On February 13th, as years in the past, the tower will glow green from 8:10 to 8:30 p.m., a solemn tribute to the lives lost in the community forever changed.
Remember that community is important because irrespective of what's happening around, students are essentially, I like the phrase, we all we got.
While flowers are already beginning to appear here at the Sparty statue, the Rock is serving another makeshift memorial, already painted as a tribute to those we lost.
Because I think that is a part of the process of remembering what happened and being upset about it.
Across campus, familiar buildings, including the MSU Union and Berkey Hall, now hold deeper meaning for many in the Spartan community.
Sometimes you feel all the emotions you felt on that day, and those emotions as a faculty member are very kind of complex and hard to identify.
No classes are being held February 13th, allowing students and staff time to reflect in their own way.
I found it helpful that the university in certain areas wasn't forcing us to continue like nothing had happened.
For some, that means gathering with friends or just spending time alone. For others, it means remembering not just the tragedy, but the resilience that followed.
Around this time, for the past few years since this happened, encouraged to reach out to my other peers who were still here.
Students and faculty says the anniversary is about honoring lives, acknowledging grief, and continue to move forward together. The seniors of this class are the last to have experienced this tragedy. MSU is offering counseling services tomorrow to honor the lives that has been lost. Amy and Micaiah, back to you.
Thanks, Layla. There are many events tomorrow where students can gather together to grieve.
Let's take a look now at some of those key events that are happening across our community in remembrance. There will be counselors on hand throughout the afternoon, starting at 12 o'clock at the Breslin Center and MSU Alumni Chapel. Then from 1 to 3, student advocacy opportunities are available at the Center for Community Engaged Learning. Starting at 4 o'clock, resource and support group tent near the Grand River ramp will be open. And finally, tomorrow night, the community will gather from 8 8:10 to 8:30 as bells toll at the Beaumont Tower, marking a moment of silence. That's the exact time those shots rang out 3 years ago tomorrow. In the meantime, the university is getting ready to start construction on the permanent memorial honoring those victims. After 2.5 years of planning, the university is getting closer to starting the construction for the space behind the Student Services Building. The memorial will be built off an existing water feature in the old horticulture gardens just across the street from Berkey Hall. The approved design includes memorial fountains and benches and will be surrounded by greenery. University officials say the expected completion date is set for fall 2026. Students hope to preserve and honor the memory of those lives changed forever.
As a student and a future alumni, to have that space on campus forever is really meaningful, and I think is really important for a lot of people as they heal and then come back to campus after they've graduated.
Yeah, absolutely. More information on the timeline, process, and design plans can be found at spartanstogether.msu.edu/memorial.
On Tuesday, thousands of MSU community members faced confusion when 2 separate emergency messages went out about an active violence incident on campus. One included the word drill, the other didn't. Both were sent in error as neither were true. This is just part of an automated phone call that some people received.
This is an MSU alert from the Department of Police and Public Safety.
Drill, emergency. Active violence incident at the Michigan State University East Lansing campus. Avoid the area. If on campus,
was immediately revoked, but not before some in the community became very concerned that this was a real event, especially with the shooting anniversary this week. Later that day, the university sent a joint statement from MSU President Guskowitz and MSU Police and Public Safety, apologizing and calling it human error. The statement read that the university will take extra precautions and revisit procedures to ensure that this doesn't happen again.
Last month, a billboard with a message that some residents are calling bigoted could be seen on the north side of Lansing, and features a quote from the East Lansing police chief. Focal Point's Liam Clymer met with the CEO of the local nonprofit who helped fund the big sign.
Nadia Sellers has always had an eye for advocacy.
I'm a fighter.
It's part of why she founded the Honey Bear Project.
Well, Honey Bear was started to support the nation's HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities.
What started as a way to level the playing field in college athletics expanded to accommodate the wider needs of students, like helping them get legal help when they needed it.
I found my passion.
But Nadia says even the most seasoned advocates can be shaken when family gets involved.
He didn't resist, he didn't do anything.
On the night of August 24th, Nadia's son, Lonnie, and his friend Mason were arrested off of Grand River.
He did everything his dad and I taught him to do the right way, but was treated like an animal.
He has this stigma that he's a bad kid, and he's not.
Mason's mom, Kelly, and Nadia say that the arrest was racially motivated.
That's the harder part.
It was Mason's birthday, and the boys went out for the evening.
Everything was fine. Then they went to Dave's Hot Chicken because they were going to get food.
Hey, you know, birthday guy is arguing with some other kids.
There was 2 kids that jumped in line right behind them, and I think they were going to try to get into Dave's with them. That's kind of what prompted the verbal altercation between Mason and the kid that was behind him.
So my son walked up and noticed the argument happening.
Saw the commotion, came from across the street, and kind of gave Mason a bear hug to kind of de-escalate the situation.
That's when Officer Lyons took out a pepper spray, rushed him, pepper sprayed him, threw his face up against the window while his face was burning, arrested him.
And while charges were ultimately dropped, the incident prompted East Lansing's chief of police to make some comments. Comments that ended up on a billboard in Lansing.
And for a leader to make a comment like that, to me, that's irresponsible.
Nadia and Kelly helped fund the billboard behind me, which reads, "We have a disproportionate number of minorities come into the community and commit crimes.
I think she's been kind of calculated in how she's handled the situation.
Both moms say the billboard wasn't their first course of action.
The kids were told to file a human rights complaint.
Nadia says the billboard was a reaction to silence from the city.
The city is blocking their own HRC from investigating the complaints.
And the women say it's staying up until something changes.
We're tired of your teachable moments.
In East Lansing, Liam Clymer, Focal Point News.
Liam tried reaching out to ELPD and Chief Brown but got no response. Mason and Lonnie are currently pursuing litigation for their son's wrongful death in hopes this doesn't happen again. Coming up next, we're going to tell you about a one-woman show that's produced right here in mid-Michigan. That'll soon take the stage at the Wharton Center.
And how ASMSU's Safe Ride is encouraging Spartans to ditch their bikes during this cold winter.
Oh my god. What? Ellie's so gone. Hey, wake up. Ellie. Okay, I'm gonna call 911.
No! If you do that, we're all gonna get in trouble.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. Do you want to go to jail?
But she needs help.
It's fine. We can take care of her. We'll just bring her to bed and watch her.
Fine.
I think she should be fine if we go to sleep. Okay.
Okay.
Ellie! Oh my god! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
There's a lot of buzz about a one-woman performance that will make its debut at the Wharton Center.
Yeah, Amy, the show brings in a bit of Broadway with a Hamilton connection.
Sabrina Sloan is the star, making her first performance next week in the show called Sally, a Solo Play. The show reflects on the story of Sally Hemings, an enslaved woman who was the mother of several of Thomas Jefferson's children. Sloan is best known for her role as Angelica Schuyler in Hamilton on Broadway, and she's excited to make her debut here in East Lansing.
It's an untold story. It's, I think about my own history, and on ancestry.com I can go back to the 1600s on my European side, but on my Black side I can't get that far.
Directed by Hannah Ryan, a Broadway veteran, the performance is written by MSU alum Sandra Seaton. The show kicks off next Thursday and tickets are still on sale.
I mean, there's really nothing better than ducking out of Michigan's unpredictable trademark winter weather to catch a show, especially a production in our own backyard.
Yeah, the weather certainly has been unpredictable lately, hasn't it, Micaiah?
Absolutely.
One moment I'm bundling up, and the next I'm getting ready to pack up my winter coat. To tell us more about what we can expect over the next few days, we'll turn it over to Andrew Burns with today's forecast. How's it looking, Andrew?
Thanks, Amy and Micaiah. So as you can see, our tower cam behind me, winter has truly arrived. Don't worry though, warmer days are on the way. But before we get to that, let's zoom out of East Lansing and take a look at weather across the country. Starting up in the northeast, Portland and New York are experiencing temperatures a little lower than normal, with Portland at 28 degrees and the Big Apple at 30. Moving south, it's warming up quite considerably. Charleston clocks in at 51 and Atlanta at 54. Across the map, we take a look at how the West Coast is doing. Los Angeles kicks off coming in at 60 degrees right now, and their neighbor up north, Sacramento, just slightly colder at 54. Take note that Seattle is just below 50 at 46, but looks to be living up to the moniker, the rainy city. They've got rain in the forecast 6 of the next 7 days. Now let's get a little more local and take a look at temperatures around the Midwest. The temperatures are looking pretty typical across the region. St. Louis comes in at 45 degrees. Indianapolis is at 39. Both cities are enjoying above average temperatures. Moving north to Chicago, it's at 31, and Green Bay right behind at 25. And now moving into Michigan, Marquette is enjoying a slightly warmer than average day at 24 up in the UP. In the lower peninsula, Detroit and Grand Rapids are both sitting at 27. Now, I did say warmer weather is on the horizon. And here it is in our East Lansing 7-day forecast. Today, we experienced a high of 29 with some overcast and a low of 18. Tomorrow, the sun will be shining with a high of 40, but a low of 14. On Saturday, we'll see some more clouds in the sky, but the temperatures will rise for us with a high of 41 and a low of 25. Sunday looks to be a good one with sunny skies and a high of 46, but a low of 27. Moving on to the week, the sun will go away, but the warmer weather and temperatures will not. To start off the week, expect overcast skies and temperatures in the mid to high 40s and dipping into the low 30s. And on Wednesday, warmer temperatures continue, but rain is expected, so be sure to remember an umbrella. Warmer weather is on its way in East Lansing. It's not quite a summer day, but this weekend looks to be a good one. We all know Michigan weather is subject to change, but I, for one, am excited to get outside and enjoy the sunshine this weekend. Who knows when the next time we could have a beautiful weekend like this one. Amy and Micaiah, back to you.
Thanks, Andrew. It certainly has been unpredictable because MSU students have experienced incredibly low temperatures over the past month, which makes getting around campus difficult sometimes. ASMSU's Safe Ride is committed to getting Spartans home safe through whatever weather Mother Nature throws at them. Instead of paying for expensive Ubers, Safe Ride offers free ride sharing for the MSU community. Whether you're out enjoying the East Lansing nightlife or hitting the books in the library, Safe Ride can get students home safe and sound. You can order it right from your phone by using the Safe Ride app. By inputting your login information for MSU, you can request a ride from a Safe Ride driver. The average wait times are between 20 and 30 minutes. Last semester, ASMSU delivered more than 5,100 Spartans home safe. Safe Ride operates from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. with last call at 1:30, whenever school is in session.
MSU produces 25 million pounds of waste each year. Looking to cut down on that number, the MSU Surplus Store tries to reduce this waste by repurposing and recycling goods that are typically thrown away. Focal Point's Kennedy DeMars shows us how they're committed to sustainability.
On the outskirts of campus.
And that we have plenty of great things, whether you need it for, clothing, if you need something for your dorm room, we've got household items.
There's a facility where old items are repurposed and given a brand new life.
Anything that you can imagine that you would need, we have it here.
It's the MSU Surplus Store.
That's picking up recycling, food waste, and reusable goods.
Chris Hewitt is the operations coordinator.
Yeah, so my job here is to be an operations coordinator. So I help in all aspects of our facility, helping coordinate the recycling program and the surplus side, trying to find ways that we can improve diverting waste from the landfill.
He says the work is often labor intensive, but worth it.
We want to try to keep as much from the landfill as possible because it all has a value to it.
He says that every item has the potential to be given a new life. MSU Surplus Store Director Anthony Crimmins loves to see students come in and shop, sifting through all the stuff here.
The awareness that we're even here on campus, because I know we're slightly removed, being kind of south of campus here.
We have seen a huge rise in student participation the last couple of years. The idea of thrifting, I know, has become really popular with students, especially for clothing.
If you're into thrifting, the MSU Surplus Store is for you. Every single Friday, students can come on in and see what they can find.
The facility's huge warehouse doesn't just carry clothes and household items. They've got packaged food too, like this from the Meat Lab.
We're to be a campus partner, so we return about half of our revenue every year back to campus departments.
Although this facility is a huge operation, Chris and Anthony's goal is to bring out the community and inspire sustainable living.
But we'd love to have you here. We're trying to make it to where we are getting more students in and creating a better shopping experience for the students.
The next time you throw away something old, remember that there's always a way to make something brand new. In East Lansing, Kennedy DeMars, Focal Point News.
The Surplus store is open on Fridays from 8 to 3:30. You can shop online 24/7 and pick up items curbside Monday through Friday.
Up next, get into the Valentine's Day spirit with a heartwarming story about candygrams.
Then, hear about some big wins from our Spartan sports squads. Time to dust off your cowboy boots because the annual Spartan Stampede is back in town. Hosted by Michigan State University's Rodeo Club, the 56th Spartan Stampede Rodeo will take place at the Farm Bureau Pavilion from February 13th through 15th. Events like bull riding, barrel racing, and roping will be featured during the show. With goals to keep Western culture and the sport of rodeo alive in Michigan, the Stampede provides opportunities for the audience to explore these traditions.
I'm hoping that they have a great time. They had great times with their families. They have memories that they can actually hold on to and remember.
Friday's show starts at 8 p.m. with 2 happening on Saturday and 1 on Sunday. Ticket prices range from $17 to $22 and tickets can be purchased on the MSU Rodeo Club's website. At Farm Bureau Pavilion, Amy Cho, Focal Point News.
What is this? Where am I?
Drink this.
One night, one dare, one drink. Under Michigan's new anti-hazing law, hazing that causes injury or death is a felony, up to 15 years in prison.
MSU Club Helping Hands delivered Valentine's Day grams to fundraisers for educational equity in schools. Members of Delta Gamma are selling candy and small gifts that anyone in the community can send to friends, roommates, or significant others. Orders are placed online through a Google form that can be found on Instagram, and deliveries are happening throughout the week. The fundraiser supports DG's philanthropic mission of service for sight, where the proceeds are going towards School for the Blind. Organizers say the fundraiser is a way to help students celebrate Valentine's Day while also supporting a good cause.
Thank you. I think it's important because our philanthropy means a lot to me and to all of us. And what we do honestly makes a huge impact. Like every week at our chapter.
Just in time for Valentine's Day. What a great way to spread love and give back. If you're interested in learning more, follow Helping Hands on MSU on Instagram.
That's great, Micaiah. Something that I love, though, is hearing about our Spartan teams, especially after some big wins this week.
Even better, Amy, we have Audrey Pelzik at the sports desk with everything MSU athletics. Audrey?
Thanks, guys. This week we had a ton of high-stakes games, so let's get straight into this, starting with a hockey recap. Michigan State men's hockey traveled to Yost Ice Arena to meet rival Michigan in the first of 2 rivalry games. The Spartans worked hard to gain a 2-goal lead in the first 2 periods, 3-1. But in the 3rd period, the Wolverines closed the gap off goals from Barnett and Draper with 12 minutes left. Tied, the game headed into overtime, where the Wolverines got the upper hand with a power play and took the win 4-3. Michigan State set out for revenge the next day for the 10th annual duel in the D at Little Caesars Arena. Goals from Gavin O'Connell, Porter Martone, and Tiernan Chowdy extended an MSU lead. Then, Tommy Manistow put the nail in the coffin with an empty netter for a 5-2 final score in an ultimate redemption match for Michigan State. With the duel in the D win, the Spartans advance to number 1 in the USCHO polls and will face off against Notre Dame next week for a pair of games in East Lansing. It was a big win for the men's hockey team, but also one in East Lansing for number 10's ranked Tom Izzo's men's basketball team against number 5 ranked Illinois. The Fighting Illini came out strong, but the Spartans were able to keep up, causing a head-to-head first half, ending Illinois up by 4. In the second half, sophomore Kerr Tang scored a game-saving three-pointer, beginning an overtime battle. Point guard Jeremy Fears Jr. led the Spartans with the 26 points and gave MSU enough time to escape with the 85-82 victory. The still number 10 ranked MSU travels to Wisconsin to tip off against a 17-7 Badger squad tomorrow at 8 p.m. Staying on the court, number 13 women's basketball team looked to continue strong Big Ten play after a second half comeback win to Penn State, but it would be tough against another Big Ten foe, number 2 ranked UCLA. Even with 3 players in double figures, MSU couldn't find a way to get it done, falling to the Bruins 86-63. That's what's happening in sports this week. I'm Audrey Pelzik. Back to you, Amy and Micaiah.
While it was a busy week in sports, some East Lansing residents spent their weekend at the Midwinter Singing and Folk Festival held at University Lutheran Church. From rehearsal to performance tonight, Focal Point's Kelly Gavigan takes us on their musical journey.
Folk music to me is music that we all share and that we somehow absorbed in a fairly organic way.
And it's that shared feeling of voices rising together that defines the festival.
My favorite part is getting to sit at a piano in front of a group of people who are singing at me, and we're all singing the same thing, and it's a great feeling.
This is the Midwinter Singing Festival, put on by a volunteer group called the 10-Pound Fiddle.
And we get together and just put on concerts and dances and fiddle scouts. And
it's built around communal folk music, songs meant to be shared in a sing-along format.
You just feel the emotion in the room when a good folk singer is going at it. It's pretty fun.
The songs span generations, music that has long carried political and social meaning.
Or Civil War, or the Roaring 20s, or post-World War II, or civil rights, or, Brandy Carlisle, or there's just a wide variety of music.
Dan says folk music has always been a way for people to respond to injustice and change.
While this winter weather is keeping most people indoors, the voices inside University of Lutheran Church is doing the opposite. Just steps outside of campus, a Michigan Midwinter Singing Fest is bringing performers and community members together through tradition and folk music, inviting everyone to sing along, not just listen.
Dan comes from Minneapolis, a place shaped by recent political and social upheaval.
He's from St. Paul, so he's been in the middle of all the stuff that's been happening in Minneapolis and St. Paul.
Those in attendance say together creates unity, even when the lyrics speak to struggle or division.
Just having 100, 200 people sing in a group is just spiritual.
In a time of political polarization, organizers say the act of collective singing still has power.
There's a connection we need to make in our communities more than ever, and this is a really good place to meet people and to start to make good connections and to strengthen our community.
For many here, that connection isn't just an idea. It's a feeling you can hear and experience in the room.
I think that in this time where there's such turmoil outside, that if you're in a group together like this, all singing together, I hope you'll feel a good time.
And as the final notes fade, it's clear the music is about more than melody. It's about keeping community alive, one song at a time. In East Lansing, Kelly Gavigan, Focal Point News.
If you're interested in singing along, this group meets at University Lutheran Church the first Monday of every month.
Well, Amy, that's our show for tonight.
We leave you now with sounds from the MSU Symphony Band under the direction of David Thornton. See you next time on Focal Point.